An Airbus A320's crashed at an airshow in France. Rescuers rushed to the accident site, hoping to save the 130 passengers on board. Although the disaster happened in June 1988, its memory still haunts those who survived it. "130 VIPs were invited to ride aboard the then brand new fly-by-wire aircraft for a demonstration flight. Spectators are impressed by the plane's size and maneuverability as the pilot flies by at a very low altitude. But excitement turns to horror. When the pilot realizes he's going to hit the trees, he tries to pull up. At first, those on the ground aren't sure if the plane will clear the trees. Moments later, the black and orange inferno says it all. Spectators capture the tragedy from several different angles. At the scene, the fuselage is engulfed in flames, and all fear the worst for those who are aboard the 46-ton plane. An official inquiry blamed pilot error, but the pilot maintained the altimeter was at fault, reading 30 meters when the plane was only 10 meters off the ground. 50 passengers were injured and 3 people lost their lives. But all involved felt fortunate that the casualties weren't even higher. A round of the Grand Am Sports Car Series is being held at the Watkins Glen International Raceway. As the souped-up cars fly over the 4-kilometre course, staying ahead of each other is hard enough. But staying ahead of an approaching storm is impossible. A heavy downpour takes racers by surprise. The drivers are riding on dry weather tyres called slicks. Some pull in to change them, and some don't. Slick tyres have no tread to expel water and grip the wet track. As the cars power into this turn, they hydroplane, then smack into the wall at speeds of up to 105 kilometers an hour. While the cluster of disabled vehicles grows larger, a white car slams into the melee. The driver is still inside the already crashed car. Rescue teams rush in as the drivers take stock of themselves and their vehicles. It's amazing that there were only 2 injuries, both minor. 2 cars were written off and had to be towed away. They each cost around $150,000. But if it hadn't been for the foam barriers absorbing the force at the moment of impact, these drivers could have lost more than their cars. They could have lost their lives. In Aniva Bay, 11 kilometers south of Sakhalin, Russia, a joint Russian-Japanese search and rescue exercise is about to begin. One of the aircraft being put through its paces is the Mi-14 helicopter. It has the ability to land on and take off from water with relative ease. Today's exercise begins as planned, but the crew has no idea that this chopper is doomed. As the helicopter comes in for a landing, it hits the water with such force that the hull is breached. It starts filling with water and is now too heavy for liftoff. The nose tilts forward and the rotors rip apart in the water. The cabin capsizes, trapping men inside. A substantial swell rocks the overturned chopper as rescuers rush in to save the crew. Officials suspect that the frigid weather may have caused the helicopter's engine to fail, resulting in the heavy impact. Of the 13 people on board, 1 died and 3 were seriously injured. The exact cause of this disaster wasn't conclusively pinpointed. At the Piedmont Dragway in North Carolina, pro stock cars hit 320 kilometers an hour in less than 7 seconds during the Piedmont Power Jam. These $250,000 machines are powered by nitromethane, giving them 1,400 horsepower. That's more than triple the power of a street-legal sports car. Late in the day, local favourite Donnie Krasinski rolls onto the track. He warms his tyres and edges up to the line. Anticipating the start of the race, Donnie revs his engine. Donnie's car erupts into flames with the veteran driver trapped inside. The crowd reacts in horror as the flames completely engulf the racer. Precious seconds tick by as fire crews scramble to respond. Finally, a man with a fire extinguisher douses the flames. While revving his engine, Donnie accidentally releases a safety handle too early. That causes nitromethane to be released into the engine prematurely, setting off the explosion. Then something happens in the midst of the flames that few in the crowd can see. The driver's door is flung open and a shadowy figure stumbles out. Donnie has managed to escape and collapses on the ground. In fact, Donnie only suffered minor burns and was quickly back up the track, minus the car that was destroyed in seconds.